Oi pessoas, sejam muito bem-vindos a mais um vídeo aqui no canal Nerd. Eu estou de volta aqui com vocês para continuar a missão principal da Arconte. A gente parou nessa parte aqui, que a gente tem que analisar todas as informações de novo. Eu tô muito confusa, já deixa o gostei aí embaixo, já compartilha o vídeo com seus amigos. Não esquece de dar uma olhada no Discord, no canal, o link tá na descrição. Entra na Twitch, twitch.tv/eunerdcontato.canal. Também dá uma olhada no Discord, o link também tá na descrição. A vaquinha também está na descrição, me ajudaria muito. Eu preciso muito de um monitor e uma placa de vídeo pra melhorar a qualidade dos vídeos aqui no canal. Lá vou eu ter que reinterpretar tudo de novo.
We've already experienced the Sub-Zero's festival many times. And the day of the festival seems to be in a perpetual samsara. The moon, illusions, and lies. What do they all mean? Okay, Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace.
Som do Akasha.
The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations. We still hear it every night, even though we removed our Akasha terminals.
E a memória muscular.
Mercenaries rely heavily on muscle memory.
Oh!
And Dia was able to use her experiences to avoid injury in later samsara cycles.
Ok. Associar ideias. Ok, eu tenho a memória muscular, que não é a memória da mente. Vou fazer associação com a caixa. O som. Memórias deletadas diariamente.
If all our memories of a day are erased at the end of that day, then we would unwittingly relive that same day again and again.
Mas não faz sentido, porque a memória muscular...
Mercenaries rely heavily... If all our memories of a day are erased at the end of that day, then we would unwittingly relive that same day again and again.
Ok, entregar conclusão. Em vez disso, nossas memórias são apagadas no final de cada dia.
Then the beep we hear every night could just be indicating the deletion of our memories. That's why when we wake up, everyone thinks the Sub-Zero's festival hasn't happened yet. It's already the next day, but everyone still thinks it's the day before. But muscle memory can't be erased. That's why Dia has been getting better at using her greatsword. Now everything makes sense.
A brilliant deduction.
Nahida, tell us if we're right or wrong.
To put it simply, it's as if you've mistaken a pyrocrystal fly for a firefly in the night. You lost sight of its true nature because you focused too much on your perception that it glows.
That isn't simple at all.
Ainda chegamos na conclusão errada, hein?
Why don't we go
não.
talk to Miss Dia again? You might learn something new.
Right. She did help us find our latest clue after all. Let's...
Oh, não. Xiii, bro, xiii. Confuso estou, confuso estou.
There you are. Really took me a while to find you.
As expected, Dia also didn't get hurt today.
Get hurt? Why would I? Don't underestimate me.
Well, you're still getting used to your new greatsword.
Huh. Truth be told, I also think it's pretty strange. It just suddenly felt so familiar in my hands and... wait a second! How did you know I got a new greatsword to begin with? I didn't tell anyone about it.
Traveler, could you explain the situation to her today? Paimon's gotten a little sick of doing it.
Podemos ir direto ao ponto.
Oh, that works.
De repente, você se tornou habilidosa com a espada por quê? Nós revivemos este mesmo dia muitas vezes e nossas memórias do dia são apagadas todas as
What
noites.
happened to you guys while I was gone? Did you get brainwashed by some cult?
Don't think too hard about it. Just take what we're saying at face value.
All right then, let me get this straight. You're telling me that my body's already gotten used to this greatsword, but my brain just doesn't remember it?
Yes,
Sim.
your memory's being erased every day.
then I'd have to disagree. That's impossible.
Não é não.
Why do you think that?
If we've actually been reliving the Subzerus festival day after day, then what happened to the things we used, the money we spent, the food we ate? Common sense says my wallet should have emptied itself a long time ago. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed that.
Eu pensei sobre isso também. Mas se os sábios estão por trás de tudo isso, se eles usaram os recursos de toda a cidade, bem como as informações fornecidas pela Akasha...
They could use the Akasha to record what everyone did that day, and then use the city's resources to replenish everything. It's not very likely, but it's also not impossible.
No, it is impossible. I've got proof.
You have proof? Where?
You two are surprisingly serious about this nonsensical discussion. Fine, I'll play along for a little longer. Come with me, Miss Dunyarzad. Please come along as well. I still can't guarantee that this area is safe.
Que prova ela tem?
Paimon can't believe it's Dia who wants to show us something this time. 2 days ago, we were the ones taking her to see Dunyarzad.
Que estranho. Aí ela tá indo pra onde tá... Huh.
This is it.
Huh? This is a wooden training dummy. What about it?
See those marks on the dummy? Those are the result of several days' worth of practice. Let's say the sages didn't replace it every day. Shouldn't it be hacked to pieces by now?
That's true, but what if they did?
Then the sages would have had to reproduce every mark I left during previous training sessions. I'm a professional fighter. My martial school has always emphasized the importance of refined control. The force, angle, and entry point of each strike is calculated and deliberate. That's why I remember every mark on the dummy, as well as my state of mind as I made each strike. It's just as they say, each swordsman has their own unique style, and even the same swordsman can't make the same cut twice. It would be impossible to copy these marks.
Is it really impossible? What if they used some fancy machine to carve every single mark?
People often say that a camera's photo can never replace an artist's painting because the former has no spirit to it. The same thing applies here. At a mere glance, I can differentiate carved marks from the results of combat training.
Parece que teremos que descartar essa hipótese.
Hope that cleared things up for you. Hey, is this that new brain exercise game that's been super popular with the scholars lately? It's surprisingly fun. Anyway, it's getting late. I should escort Miss Dunyarzad to Nilu's stage. See you later.
Well,
Estranho.
back to square one. Is our memory deletion theory also wrong? But at least we've reached some other conclusions in the meantime.
Não estamos no mundo
Yep,
real.
that's true. So, can we think of any new ideas right now?
Deixa-me pensar. Acabei de perceber que tem algo estranho.
Strange? Paimon feels like everything's been strange lately.
Por que nunca pensamos em sair da cidade?
Leaving the city? You're right. It's really strange how we never thought of such
A gente não consegue sair, quer ver?
solution. Many things should become clear if we can confirm the flow of time outside of the city. Paimon can't believe it. Did we miss this because we're tunnel visioning too hard on our other theories? Or because we're just too tired?
É muito
How about we
estranho.
go back and ask Nahida? Maybe we've forgotten something about leaving the city.
Não vai dar certo sair da cidade. Algo me diz que a gente tá trancado aqui. Tá todo mundo deitado.
Nahida, we're back!
You're back early today. Did you find something new?
Sort of. We're mostly sure now that we're not in a time loop. And we also aren't in the real world. But at the same time, we have a new question.
Já tentamos sair da cidade alguma vez?
Leaving the city. As far as I remember, you've mentioned your plans to do that twice before.
We did? But we don't remember anything. What happened after we talked about those plans? What did we say when we got back?
Let me think. I don't think you ever actually told me what the outcome was. Oh, it's probably more accurate to say that both times you never came back the whole night. But you two sometimes stay out the entire night anyway, so at the time, I didn't think too much about it.
It is true that sometimes we lose track of time during our investigations. Before we know it, it'll already be the next day. But still, neither of us remember anything about leaving town.
Really?
Isso é
That's
estranho.
kinda strange. In theory, I should have already awakened all your memories.
Talvez a chave de tudo esteja aí.
Something here's definitely fishy. Let's get to the bottom of this tomorrow.
Tá me dando desesperinho.
Our memories are back!
Vamos tentar sair da cidade hoje.
About that. Well, where should Paimon begin?
Quer dizer alguma coisa, Paimon?
Aside from your memories that were just restored, I have another message for you.
Outra mensagem de quem?
Listen to it and you'll understand.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them.
Essa é a minha voz?
Traveler, you should be missing 2 days worth of memories. Paimon will fill you in.
2 dias atrás. Oh, uau!
It's time to carry out our plan from yesterday.
Vamos tentar sair da cidade hoje.
Let's go!
Propagate!
Não. Vá para os portões da cidade e procure uma maneira de sair. Meu Deus. É um looping. Help. A gente tá preso literalmente. Não é nem um looping temporal. A gente tá presa dentro da ilusão do Itachi.
Why can't we leave the city? What is the academia up to now?
Don't ask me. It's not like I can tell you anything. This is a direct order from the Grand Sage. Just wait until tomorrow.
I have a real emergency. My goods have already arrived at Port Ormos. If I don't hurry, they'll be stolen.
That's your problem. Make sure you make a request in advance next time.
But it's not like you can just predict business matters in advance.
It looks like the Academia already announced a lockdown for Sumeru City today. How completely unsurprising. Let's go and question them. Hello, sir. Why can't we leave the city today?
Here we go again. Don't ask me. I don't know either. We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumeru today. They didn't tell us anything else.
Então a academia não confia em você.
Angering me won't get you anywhere. If I had that kind of insider info, I would have left this stupid post long ago.
It looks like he really doesn't know. If we can't get anything out of him, let's take matters into our own hands. Why don't we climb over the walls? Those guards can't be everywhere at once. This is a good spot, and the guard hasn't noticed us at all. Let's hurry!
Paimon, fica aqui.
Why? Are you going to leave Paimon behind?
Sair da cidade pode provocar perturbações em nossas memórias. Precisamos que uma pessoa fique para testemunhar o que acontece aqui. Oh, foi esperto.
Things get really weird out there and you get into some trouble. Then Paimon won't be able to help you. Paimon knows that Paimon can't do much, but we've always been together.
Se sairmos juntas, aconteceria o mesmo de antes.
Okay. Paimon will wait for you. Promise Paimon that
Oh,
you'll come back as
louco.
soon as possible. Just a quick look. And
Eu sei, eu
please,
sei.
be careful. Memories.
Vamos tentar sair da cidade hoje. Oi? Paimon, o que foi?
That Paimon would never see you again. You just disappeared. Paimon waited for you for hours and hours at the city wall and you never came back. You promised
Wow.
Paimon that you were only taking a quick look.
Eu prometi?
Paimon, calm down. She's here now. I don't think she understood what you were saying.
Paimon doesn't care. Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay. Paimon was so worried and so scared the entire day.
Eu não me lembro de fazer nada disso. Eu nunca te abandonaria. Talvez.
Paimon will forgive you. The most important thing is that you didn't actually disappear. Oh, Paimon was so scared that you had gone into another world.
Okay, Paimon, can you tell us your perspective of what really happened yesterday?
Paimon descreveu o plano de ontem.
I see. Using two people's different perspectives.
After that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you disappeared in an instant.
Você tem certeza que foi isso que viu? Você não estava distraída por um momento? Que doido.
Paimon was watching you with the fullest attention.
What's your perspective, traveler? You sure you don't have any memory of this?
Sim, eu nem sabia que esse ontem existia.
I guess that explains everything. You also lost your memories the last 2 times you tried to leave the city. Those days' memories can't be awoken.
So, if we leave the city, our memories will be completely erased?
Então eles não restringiram o acesso somente à cidade de Sumeru, eles também estão apagando a memória daqueles que saem.
Really sounds like something big outside of the city is being hidden on purpose.
Algo grande fora da cidade.
We'll also never discover what's outside.
Com exceção de memórias, podemos deixar algo para trás?
Something like a message? But how can we send it back?
Don't look at me like that. I'm not used to being stared at. Well... Okay. You want something that can pass on messages, right? Give me some time and take care of Dunyarzad for me.
Yep, now we're talking.
Alguma coisa para transmitir mensagens. Três dias. Quatro dias.
I'm done. Here you go.
What? Isn't this just an Akasha terminal?
I made some little changes. Akasha terminals are already capable of sending messages. I just tweaked it so that it could connect to any node.
To make something like this? Nahida, you really know the Akasha like the back of your hand. Anyway, we can use this now to record a message, right?
Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy to use. I just can't guarantee the user's status and signal coverage when they're outside the city.
We'll never know until we try. At least we're taking the initiative now.
Vale a pena
Let's go
tentar.
then. Let's expose those sages.
Eu ainda acho que você devia ficar aqui.
All right. Paimon isn't as worried about being separated since it happened once yesterday. But Paimon still isn't happy about it.
Até amanhã, Paimon.
Okay. See you tomorrow, traveler. That covers
Cool.
everything that's happened so far.
Fui eu que deixei para mim mesma quando saí da cidade aquela mensagem?
Yes. Although the signal was choppy and had some interference, we still managed to receive 2 messages from you when you were outside.
Que louco!
Okay, now that you understand what's going on, let's hear the messages together.
Tá muito louco.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them. I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish. Impossible and surreal sights.
A gente tá
All
preso
these
num espaço
spaces
de
are
caos.
empty, except for the occasional ones that contain mute puppets rather than people. I can't sense any human presence.
A gente tá preso num espaço de caos.
That's one heck of an info dump. It sounds like you left the Sumeru city space when you set foot outside of the walls. But everything looked completely normal when Paimon was looking out from the inside. That's unbelievable. And if we take your word for it, The other spaces all had very weird contents.
There's another part here. We only received it last night.
These spaces have been disappearing, one after the other, absorbed by something like a sun in the sky. And now, even the final space has also disappeared. Behind me, a lot of spaces just appeared again from thin air. I get it now. Those spaces are actually...
No.
Why did the message end right there? What did the traveler want to say?
Probably because yesterday just happened to end at that moment.
Oh, right. Paimon did hear a beep from the Akasha. Did it come from here or from the message?
The message. It should have come from the traveler's Akasha terminal.
After the beep, Traveler said even the final spaces also disappeared.
Eu tô muito confusa.
What do you think that final space could have been?
Espaço real?
Was that space actually the real world? But wouldn't a real space just randomly disappearing like that be catastrophic?
Espaço que estávamos ontem.
My impression is that each day in this samsara only ends at the sound of that beep from the Akasha.
Huh.
All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common. A lack of human presence.
Entregar a conclusão. Como?
That doesn't...
É esse?
Oh, so that's what it is! After the sound of the beep, the final space, the Sub-Zero's festival, also disappears, and we're taken to the next day. Later on, Traveler also mentioned a bunch of new spaces materializing behind them. Do lots of new spaces appear every day? Paimon's head is spinning. Just what are these spaces anyhow?
Well,
Eu tô
consider
muito
this.
confusa.
For all the horrors of the Archon War, at its heart, it was just a game where a bunch of gods fought over 7 seats. So no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point to in the end is a small and simple secret.
Wow, the Archon War, huh? That's an analogy and a half.
Segredo. Me deem um pouco de tempo, preciso organizar meus pensamentos.
Where are you going?
Sinceramente, tenho ideia nenhuma. Vamos pra onde a gente tem que ir pra sentar no banco confortável. Cheguem.
Want some alone time to think? Alright then, Paimon won't disturb you.
Sobre o que a gente vai pensar? Quebra a conexão com a caixa.
I'm going to go watch it.
A dança de Sub-Zeros. Já é a hora dela.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead, Dunyarzad? We still have some other stuff to do first.
Okay then. See you later.
Have you figured it out yet, Traveler? Time is ticking away.
Eu acho que essa é a resposta. Oh, finalmente!
Oh, wait, no. Let's meet up with Nahida first. You can tell us both together. This time, we're gonna get to the truth.
Nem pensar que eu ia andar. É ponto de teleporte. Qual que é a
You're back.
resolução?
I've been waiting forever for you two. Judging by the looks on your faces, are you ready to take your Sub-Zero's exam and graduate from the festival?
Pode perguntar, professora Nahida.
Okay. First off, have you discovered the hidden truth?
Eu não sei pra onde começar. Ai. Ok. Vamos lá. Resultado de adivinhação.
The moon illusion.
Samsara do
Already
festival.
experienced.
Não
People in
sonho.
Sumeru don't dream.
As pessoas de Sumeru não sonham. Ué?
Okay. We've already all the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common. A lack of human presence.
Sonhos vazios.
Those spaces remind me of dreams. Like the one I had in the Avidya forest. Except these have no sign of human presence.
Verdade por trás dos sonhos.
We're all in a dream. It isn't that the people of Sumeru don't dream. Rather, the Akasha is taking their dreams from them.
Que isso? É pior do que uma prisão.
People in Sumeru think they don't dream, but the truth is the Akasha steals their dreams without them knowing it. And those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their host. That would explain why they sounded so weird when she was trying to describe them. So people in Sumeru do dream after all. In fact,
Wow.
we're all in one big dream together right now.
Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha is capable of this?
Ok. O Akasha é uma manifestação do poder. Ok, ele é uma manifestação. Ele compila a sabedoria do povo. O Akasha precisa de gnoses para ser operado. Foi na ordem errada. O Akasha é a manifestação do poder da deusa da sabedoria.
Oh, okay. Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from the dendro archon, right? That would explain why the Akasha has the ability to control people's dreams too. But is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha compiles their wisdom? Isn't there anything more to it than that?
Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when they're dreaming. In other words, dreams are rich bundles of human wisdom.
So in other words, the complete opposite of how Hypatia understood it. Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions, and the fact that no one dreams is a blessing from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So it was all a dirty trick?
É uma mentira.
The real story is that the sages from the academia are using the Akasha to steal people's dreams for their own use, huh?
Sim, e os sábios não pretendem parar por aí.
By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the samsara?
De novo, não. Samsara.
We've already experienced the sub-zero.
Fadiga
My
mental.
mind feels exhausted, even though I haven't done too much thinking.
Discurso do grande sábio.
Grand Sage said, go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content. Did he mean something more?
Sim, com certeza. Som do Akasha.
The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations. We still hear it every night, even though we removed our Akasha terminals.
Aparição e desaparecimentos de espaços.
Those spaces kept disappearing before my eyes. But as soon as that beep sounded, many more spaces materialized.
De
Those
novo.
dreamscapes kept vanishing. But as soon as that beep sounded, more new spaces appeared. My mind feels
Associar ideias, fadiga mental. Como que você não vê? Som do Akasha. Ah, tá. Eu fui por todas. Produção em massa.
Correct. The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant dream state, but also separating their consciousness from their own dream. Their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sub-Zero's festival along with everyone else's, while their now vacant dreams are harvested by the Akasha. No one is any the wiser as another day passes in the dream, and so begins another samsara cycle. People wake up to yet another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival. The dreams that belong to them are once again harvested by the Akasha, and so it continues.
So, this is like a dream
Nossa,
factory.
que horror!
And the Akasha is a dream harvesting machine. Did Paimon get that analogy right?
Very
Isso é horrível.
good, Paimon. Using analogies well is an excellent habit to get in.
Okay, so that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real-life Akasha terminals. Taking off our terminals in this dream doesn't do anything.
All right, last question. Who am I?
Arconte dendro. A lua.
They say that alchemical divination is the Dendro Archon's divine revelation. So then, if Nahida has referred to herself as the moon...
Ela é a lua.
Now that I think about it, wasn't illusions a hint that we're all dreaming? Now that I think about it, wasn't illusions hinting at the sage's deception of Sumeru's people?
Ela é a lua.
So you noticed.
Você é a Lorde menor que o Sanali.
I thought that one would be the hardest question. That's why I put it last.
That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed that. Everything about you is different. We just didn't want to expose you is all. Now that you mention it, Nahida, you've been hinting to us since the very beginning. It's funny. Thinking back to when we were asking all over the place for info about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Paimon didn't expect to meet you like this.
Tenho muitas perguntas para você, mas esse não parece ser um momento oportuno.
Yes, those can wait until we're back in real life. On the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more questions you have about here and now.
Como os sábios conseguem evitar que as pessoas percebam?
Firstly, this dream we're in is completely based on reality. People have already experienced the Sub-Zero's festival, so it would be very difficult for them to find anything that strikes them as surreal. Secondly, you're probably wondering why people don't have any memories from earlier samsara, right?
Certo.
That's because people don't remember their dreams most of the time anyway. And in any case, their actual dreams are being taken away from them by the Akasha. So whenever they wake up in this dream of the Sub-Zero's festival, they don't remember anything from their previous identical dream.
Eles estão fazendo isso para tentar reviver a antiga Arconte dendro?
Never mind, Paimon. Traveler had a dream when we were in the Avidia forest, but couldn't see what it was about after waking up. Is that an example of what you mean?
Yes. Only after receiving the blessing of Dendro can a person gain the Dendro element's dream-enhancing power. That explains the feelings of déjà vu. Meanwhile,
que tá
everyone
acontecendo
else
com a
has
minha
no idea
renderização?
that they are in the Sub-Zero's festival samsara, while their dreams are stolen from them over and over again.
Que triste. É, por que você não pode simplesmente nos dizer a
You asked me
verdade?
this question before.
Sim.
My answer was, it would literally blow your minds. Now that you know this is all a dream, this answer should hopefully make more sense. Have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker?
Sim.
Likewise, if someone suddenly had told you all this instead of you learning it on your own, your notion of reality and dream would be thrown into irreversible confusion. I couldn't expose you to that kind of risk. That's why I could only give you very subtle hints and some suggestions. Long story short, I'm really sorry I had to keep you guessing.
Ela é um pequeno elfo, uma pequena elfa. Sobre os efeitos colaterais dos sonhos produzidos em massa.
Can humans really keep dreaming forever like this? Will it ever end? And if so, when?
You might say your mental fatigue has already answered this question. Eventually, there's only so much that people can tolerate. Especially those whose health is compromised to begin with. Like Dunyarzad. This relentless exploitation takes an even harder toll on them.
People's lives are at stake here, and nobody knows a thing! We've got to put a stop to this!
Com certeza, Paimon. Por que o sonho é sobre o festival
I
Sub-Zero?
know, right? Why did they have to base this dream on my birthday? Could it really just be a coincidence?
Even you don't know the reason? Wow. Now that's strange.
The Academia sages are determined to harvest lots of dreams in a short time, no matter the cost. They have to be up to no good. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about it. Traveler, do you have any information?
Discussão do Grande
Grand
Sábio.
Sage said, go... Okay. Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the power of a
Eles querem
gnosis to
reviver
operate,
ela.
as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace, and it grants knowledge to the
Ou eles
people.
querem o poder dela, né?
Those spaces remind me of dreams. Like the
Eles
one I
querem
had in the
chegar na
Abbey Forest.
Irmansul. É esse aqui, né? Não? Esse? Tá. Eles querem chegar na
Celebrate the birth
Irmansul.
of that god? Could it mean...
Então, eles não vão muito com a sua cara. Eu não tenho mais
Deceiving
perguntas.
the people of Sumeru with no regard for their safety. No matter what they're trying to do, this is unforgivable. After we end the
Concordo.
Sub-Zero's festival Samsara, we have to look into them.
How can the sages of the Academia do this behind their Archonte's back? This is ridiculous!
In the end, I'm just the moon. The real sun is long gone.
A sun and a moon? Nahida's talking in riddles again.
De
We're
novo.
out of time today!
I'll tell you how to break free of the Samsara tomorrow. See you then.
Ah. Ok. Dia seguinte.
Good morning, Nahida. Wait. Now that Paimon remembers everything, should we instead say good morning, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Tem alguma coisa errada.
Hey! What's wrong, Nahida? You don't look too good.
Onde está Dunyarzad?
I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct.
Não.
Did Dunyarzad already disappear? No way. Are we too late?
Poxa,
The
não.
real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting.
Oh, não.
Paimon can't believe it. Wait, so what about that other Dunyarzad? Just what is she?
She's actually something like a puppet, but not completely. The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in this dream. So another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream.
Oh.
Just like the grass and the trees, that Dunyarzad is just a building block of the dream that helps to keep it going.
But personality-wise, she's nothing like the real Dunyarzad.
Puppets are stiff and can't copy a living person's vitality. After all, they're just there as filler.
Oh, que triste.
You know, speaking of which, the old Dunyarzad might not have been too different from a puppet.
Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness, and it was you who inspired her. So you do remember her after all.
Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No one cared about her personality or thoughts. It was as if she only lived to stall her Elazar. I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, she still...
Isso significava muito para ela. Eu tô chorando,
Far
sério
from it.
mesmo.
I'm still a long way off from being a real Archon. I couldn't
Tadinha.
even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Sub-Zero's festival with so many regrets.
Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida. It's the sage's fault, and theirs alone.
I'm not beating myself up. All I did was to rationally observe the distance between myself and a real Archon.
Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archons are still allowed to be sad.
O Vente é o... Nossa, o Vente é um exemplo disso.
To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end the samsara as soon as possible.
É isso aí, Nahida, vambora.
But how do we do that?
Although the Sub-Zero's festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can dream. Even the Akasha is unable to create them. That means this dream belongs to a host who created it.
Oh! Quem criou esse sonho?
Huh? So, how should we find that person?
Well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come from deep within their consciousness. Which means, with the power of imagination, they can change anything in this dream.
Imagination?
De quem é esse
What do you mean by that?
Imagination means breaking through what you perceive as normal. Like when a server at a tavern brings a plate to you, you'd naturally assume that food is on it. However, if you're the dream's host and you become aware that you're dreaming, when you imagine gold and more on the plate, the dream will respond in kind, and the server really will bring you gold and mora. But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many times they're served, it will always be food.
Então encontramos o hospedeiro e
Find
depois?
some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming. Usually, once that happens, the person will wake up and the dream samsara will be broken.
How are we going to find them, though? If it could be anyone, it'd be like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Eu
And even
concordo.
if we did find them, how are we supposed to make them realize they're dreaming? After all, like you said, don't wake a sleepwalker.
It's extremely difficult, yes.
Eu tô
But
confusa.
the only ones who can do it are you two. Remember, as for me, during this time, I'll be out of town.
Out of town? Are you going to that place full of dreams where the traveler went?
Yes, I want to try something. There must still be a small wisp of possibility. Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical,
vambora.
romantic, and full of pleasant surprises.
Tô animada.
Unnecessary
Tô
things like
triste,
this
mas tô
samsara
animada.
need to end.
Tem que acabar com ela logo, que eu tô confusa.
I'm still a little upset that we've come this far only for Dunyarzad to... She was such a good person, with such a simple wish. But fate was against her.
Eu me sinto muito desmoralizada agora, com certeza. Eu só quero acabar com isso logo.
What kept us going this whole time. But we mustn't lose hope, traveler. Dunyarzad would definitely want to see us save everyone else. So let's break the samsara for her sake. Paimon's wondering, do you think the sages would get one of their own to be the host of this dream? Feels like it would be easier to control it that way, no?
Improvável. Por conhecerem o plano, seria mais facilmente... Saberiam mais facilmente que estavam sonhando.
Huh. That's true. Plus, the sages probably weren't counting on there being other factors beyond their control. Like Nahida and us. So, who do you think the host of the dream is?
O cara com as roupas muito estranhas?
Oh, that would make sense. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, is a symbol of the whole Sub-Zero's
Não acho que
festival,
seja
right?
ele.
Pretty core character. Let's go ask him some questions, shall we?
Não acho que seja ele. Eu acho que é a dançarina. A coisinha. A dançarina lá... Eu sempre esqueço o nome dela, mas tudo bem, a gente vai acabar esse vídeo por aqui. Eu espero que vocês tenham gostado, tá? Já tá muito tarde. Deixa o seu like. Compartilha esse vídeo. Tá muito doido. Finalmente a gente descobriu alguma coisa, mas infelizmente a Dunyarzad se foi. Eu tô muito triste. Já começou com tragédia, não é possível. Isso aqui tá pior que Inazuma. Porque é lindo, maravilhoso. Parece que vai dar tudo certo. De repente, morreu. Eu tô triste. e assustada. E confusa. Eu preciso dormir. Até o próximo vídeo no canal Nerd. Eu fui. Tchau pra vocês.